day 15 of my daily video challenge. Today, I thought I would share with you something from the facilitation side of my work. So one of the things that's out there in the corporate world that I can't stand, it makes me cringe, is when someone comes up to you and says, oh, let's get the group together and have a brainstorming session. Well, whenever that happens, I die a little inside. Because brainstorming was actually disproven as an effective technique for ideation back in the late 40s. So why it's still hanging out there, I don't know. But there's a better way. It's called brainwriting. So I'm going to show you how to do that and some facilitation techniques around that. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you first why and talk to you about why brainstorming sucks. We got to stop doing it, because here's what can happen. You can have social loafing. Not everybody's going to participate equally. Some people are going to hang back and some people are going to dominate. So it's a little bit of social loafing and social dominance. So we're going to find a neutral field for that. It also can create social anxiety. Think of those classic introverts, right? Or maybe you are a classic introvert. The idea of speaking out and spewing out your ideas on the fly, that can freak you out. That's anxiety inducing. Regression to the mean. What this is someone who maybe are top performer. They have a really great idea and it's super out there. They're not necessarily going to share it because they don't want to stand out. Or they're going to be like, well, no, this is kind of where the group wants to hang. I'll have my ideas hang out here too. So that's not good. The other one is production blocking. When you're doing a classic brainstorming session, i.e. verbally, people putting out their ideas, you only get one idea at a time. And the brain moves so fast that don't be surprised. Someone could have like 5 or 6 great ideas at a time, but they can only tell you one at a time. And then they'll get sidetracked and forget all about those other great ideas they had. So it's going to hinder your production on that ideation. What do you do instead? Well, my lovelies, yeah, it's called brainwriting. Throw that away. So what brainwriting is it's just like brainstorming, but we're going to remove all those other that you don't want. You're going to give everyone a pack of stickies and a pen, a marker, and you ask them to first sit down and write out one of their ideas per sticky. Everybody has time to do that. Depending on what you're working on, maybe it's only a few minutes, maybe it's 10, but one idea per sticky, that's critical. And they do it in silence, no sharing. Then everyone takes turns getting up and sharing what their ideas are. And they just kind of spread them up on a space, a whiteboard, a wall, a window, it doesn't matter, right? But in that sharing process, they are able to explain and give a little bit of background on whatever idea they have. The participants, the instructions to them, as you're hearing someone's ideas, it is okay to ask questions to clarify. It is not okay to criticize or poo-poo something yet, right? We're just getting all the ideas written down. The other thing that happens when people are putting their ideas up is some people will go, oh, I don't need to share this one. So-and-so already put it up there and it's kind of the same. As a facilitator, I'm like, no, put it up there. It could be slightly different. And if it is exactly the same, that's okay. It just shows where we have commonality as a group, and we will absolutely make sure we capture that as well. And the other thing then, once that's all up, depending on what you're trying to do, you can group the ones that are similar. You can high grade. Maybe you can get people to vote on the ones that they really want to explore more. But by getting all the ideas out there, you never lose them. People had their own time to think about it. It honors the introvert because they didn't have to try to interrupt and inject their ideas. They were given their own space and their own time to do that. On the opposite side, if someone tends to dominate a session, guess what? There's no means for them to do that, right? They have their own time, their own ideas, and in the exact same process as everyone else. So you're going to catch all the ideas. No one's left behind. No one's taken over. And it is so much more effective than the brainstorming. So I hope this helps you, and I hope you are now inspired to never hold a brainstorming session again, well, at least doing it verbally. Do it this way. Use writing, use stickies, use markers. I'm a firm believer there should be markers and stickies on boardroom meeting tables all the time, because we spend too much time doing verbal versus writing it down and capturing it. because then we honor all those things. Get rid of all those brainstorming poo-poo ideas. So again, if it helps you, amazing. And until then, I will see you tomorrow for day 16.